Welcome back. We are visiting with Tim and JC Peavy, father, daughter. Oh my gosh. See, I'm still gone to. Anyway, they do woodworking or wood. What did you tell me? Wood carving.
Wood carving
Was more the appropriate term.
I couldn't cut a straight line for anything, so I'm a wood carver.
And you've brought some of the things you do, but first tell me about your craft and how you got into that.
2011, I got hurt, and the powers that be decided I didn't need to go back to work. So, you know, you sit for a little while going, what do you do with your life, you know? So we were at the Boone County Library, and I found a book on wood carving. Picked it up, and I said, well, I'm just going to give it a try. My wife worked for Sam Alexander at the time. She still works there. And Sam's a wood carver. A lot of people don't know that. Sam's an amazing wood carver. And he was after me all the time to come up and wood carve with him. I said, Sam, I couldn't cut a straight line for anything. He says, well, that's good in wood carving. You don't want to cut a straight line. So after I found the book, I started carving a little bit and started out with my little cheapo, you know, sliding knife there, and I carved a few up and took them up to Sam, and he says, well, now you're coming to wood carving. I said, yeah, I'm coming. So I've been going every Tuesday for 5 years now.
Oh my goodness.
So, and it really helped me and really changed my life, you know, because before that I was like, what in the world do you do, you know? So that's kind of how we got started, and it's just been going since then. And you never would
have had that opportunity open up had you not had.
No, had I not got hurt, I used to be in law enforcement in South Arkansas, and that's where I was going back to up here.
Okay.
So without that happening, none of this would have happened. So, and he gave me the opportunity. I homeschool her now, and as you can see, some of this work is hers, and it's an amazing thing.
Well, let's talk about, you said that JC likes wood burning.
Wood burning, yep. This
is some of the work that she does? Okay.
Yep, this is hers and that's hers.
This is hers? Okay.
Yep.
Get a close-up of that. And where do you get your inspiration from, JC?
Coloring books.
Coloring books?
Yep.
Okay.
Coloring
That's
books,
where you start. And you
pictures, anything.
Okay. All right.
You find them from anywhere.
And what do you use? Just a regular wood burning tool?
So is all of that wood burning? And how do you get the color in there is what my question would be, I guess.
How do you color them?
Just with colored pencils.
Okay. And then how do you, so just kind of take me through the process real quick. You wood burn it, and then you fill in with color? And then how do you keep that, this was hers too.
Okay.
How do you set it? I don't know how to, what's the appropriate term is.
What do you put on it to protect it?
Like a varnish or something? Or?
Like boiled linseed oil or, what do we put on that one? Beeswax?
This one's got beeswax on it.
Yep.
Okay.
This one here's got beeswax
How
on
appropriate
it.
since it was honey.
There you go.
And are these wood burning things?
Those are my wife Andrea does those.
Okay.
Those are routed signs that she makes, and those are just torched. I do those with a torch, the color, and that's.
Was it freehand routing? Is that what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just kind of draw it out and just kind of follow the.
Her greatest ability is she didn't do it on these, but calligraphy is her. She can do lettering.
Okay.
It's amazing. So.
Now the carving. This is a rough piece, I guess. It's not completely finished, or is it finished?
No, that one needs to be painted. That's just some examples I had. I get lazy and I like to carve. I don't like to paint, so I have tons of unfinished things.
And what kind of wood do you like to use?
That is basswood.
Basswood.
Yep.
Okay, it's a softer
wood. It's probably the best carving wood there is.
Yeah.
You can use hardwood if you want. I don't.
Yeah.
It's really hard, you know.
Yeah.
But that's the best one there is.
When you had a knife, I mean, obviously you have expanded from that one item.
Oh yeah, yeah. I have
to get all
tons
these
of
intricate.
right. I have tons of tools now, but this is my main thing. What I do now. This is where the wee folk came from.
Okay.
When I do that, I use one knife, one small knife. That's what I do all that with. Now, there's tons of tools you can buy. You don't have to. I mean,
How much would like this piece that Dan is holding here, what kind of time do you put into that?
it just depends on how bad you want to get it done, you know. That one's probably, I'd say 5 or 6 hours.
Oh,
Once it's painted and everything.
And I'm curious, do you do more than one project at once?
Oh, yeah.
You know, where you just
tons.
kind of,
Yeah, I have tons started, and like you can see, those are unfinished. But that's why I enjoy these little guys.
tell us about the
because
little guys.
I can do those in an hour.
okay.
And
Really?
that's why I enjoy those, because I enjoy finishing something.
Uh-huh.
And I don't, the other ones are harder to finish, so I enjoy finishing those. And I will be doing a program tomorrow at the Boone County Library from 5:30 to 6:30.
Okay.
I've
it-
done a couple before.
Will you be demonstrating too? As you?
I will be doing some carving. It's kind of more of a show and tell and talk, and I will do some carving. I learned from my first one. I only had an hour, and I thought, well, this will be forever. How am I going to fill it? And before I knew it, the hour was over, and I hadn't done any carving. So I've learned to do a little bit of carving now. And I also wanted to talk about our group here. We have a group that meets here every Tuesday night. These guys have been doing this some of them have been meeting for 30 years.
Wow.
We've been meeting at Sam Alexander's for about 12 to 15 years, something like that, where they've been meeting there. And we meet now at the old prosecuting attorney's office behind Sam Alexander Pharmacy. That belongs to Sam and his wife, and so that's where we meet.
Sorry.
You couldn't hurt one of them things.
Okay.
That's where we meet because we used to meet up in Sam's house and stairs and everything, so it's easier access for everybody. And we're wanting to at some point in time maybe start teaching some classes, having some kids coming in and do some classes. That's kind of in the works right now, where we're trying to get everything straightened out. And, we're not going to have a ton of stuff in there just because it's hard to put a lot of expensive woodworking stuff in a spot like that.
Right.
Expect it to stay there.
Right.
That's a nice way to say it, I guess. But we're going to be set up just for carving, so we can kind of teach some kids. That's their main goal. We have a resident professional. Harold Enlow is our resident teacher. I mean, that's how he's made his living. He's known all over the world. He's written many books. He's taught all over the world. He's amazing.
Are these available for purchase, or
Yeah,
do you,
I
do you
sell.
go to craft? Do you travel?
Right,
to craft?
I do craft shows. We don't do a lot right now. We actually have another life, so we don't get to
Sure.
travel as much as we'd like
Right.
to. But the local shows, I try to do those when we can.
Yeah.
They've been really good to us.
Well, you do. The Christmas is coming up. I see
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
see
the
the
Christmas
Santa-
Right. Yep. Yeah.
items
Those
that you
are
have.
popular. Those sell pretty well. I usually just
Do you
sell
have a
through
Facebook?
Yeah, do you
or
have
Yeah, just through Facebook. I'm not sure if he can
Do you
zoom in on this or not, but I'll
do
leave
you
it with
ever like if someone comes to you with an idea, would you do commission work, or is it more just
That was
your
something I had to learn that's hard to do unless
Mm-hmm.
you're a really amazing carver, because everything I do, as you can see, it's kind of similar. And that's just what's in my head.
Right.
It's hard for me to take someone else's idea and put it
Well,
onto a
and I'm
piece
sure,
of wood.
Sure.
that would be.
So I've had to learn to kind of back off of that a little bit.
Right.
Because a lot of times it doesn't turn out the way my perception of it is not the same as
Right.
Well, I'm
someone
sure that
else's. So
you start off with something, and it usually never turns out the way you expect it to.
most of the time when I carve a stick, I have no idea what I'm going to
It
end up
just
with. I just start carving.
evolves.
And,
Well, if anyone's interested in
And
items
he
that
does
you have,
walking sticks, too.
yeah, we
I
have some
wanna show
walking
that.
sticks here. Yeah, you have several here.
I have a few here. This is my very first one,
That one's pretty interesting.
and that was when I was really into it and feeling it when I first got started.
And this is not turned. This is all hand
No,
done, right?
That's all with this
Wow.
knife right here that I just showed
Oh,
you a while
okay.
ago, and it's all done with that knife.
Wow.
And I will never do another one like that again.
Well, this one's about what, 30 minutes or 45 minutes
Yeah,
to do?
yeah, something like that. yeah, that one was probably about 3 weeks.
Okay.
So,
Well,
and that's just a pine dowel.
that's therapy.
Yep,
This
The-
one.
I bet it is therapy.
it is. Absolutely. Uh-oh.
That's all right.
This is actually bamboo.
Actually, your mic turned on. Failed it. The batteries came out. Oh boy. Okay, let me get you fixed up. We're right in the middle of the show here, and we'll get it fixed up.
We have a little technical
Technical
issue to
difficulty again.
tend to, and we'll keep visiting. So you just watched your dad like do this and thought, wow, that's some cool stuff, and you kind of developed your own style. And
Pretty much.
do you feature some of your products too at any shows y'all go
yeah.
to?
Yep.
Good.
Yep. She's like I said, she's got a lot more stuff than just this. She does a lot
Right.
of necklaces and things that
Oh, really?
we would have liked to have brought, but we wasn't sure how much room we would have.
Right,
But she
right.
does a lot of stuff. And this is, I wanted to show this. This
Okay.
is river cane. And just with a
Is it two
a
pieces of
basswood
wood?
top.
Okay, I
Yep.
see, yeah,
And
okay.
this is so cool because it's tons of it around here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can take a green piece of bamboo, drill holes in each section of it, and take a torch and just torch it like I did, and it's seasoned. It's ready
Okay.
to go. You
Wow.
can make a
All right.
walking stick out of it.
Cool.
That's one of the coolest things I do.
Okay.
So,
Just to let people know that your work is featured on Facebook. Is that
Right,
correct?
right,
And what would
right.
they search for?
that's my Facebook page right on top of the, I'll let you call it out right there.
STKX.
No, it's the
I'm
very-
sorry.
the very top.
WeFolk, WeeFolk, and walking stick carvings. I guess you could just type in WeFolk and find
Yeah,
a local
you'll
listing.
You'll
you
find
up.
me. Yep,
Okay.
it'll pop me up.
Well, we encourage people to check you out, and if these are if you're looking for Christmas
Right.
ornaments, I guess
Yeah.
you could hang them from the tree
Right.
or,
Yep.
or put them on a mantle or
And
shelf
you
or
can't
whatever.
see that, but he's named
decorations.
all these
Oh yeah,
characters.
most all of them are named. I was taught that had to be. They have to have a name or a
I guess
story.
in a life of their
Okay.
own, doesn't it?
It does. It does. No doubt.
Well, it's nice to meet y'all.
Yes, sir.
Thank
And,
you.
Thank y'all for having us on the show.
Yeah, glad to have you back if you want to come back
Yes, sir.
sometime and
Would
bring
love
some of
to.
your wares. We always love show and tell.
Right. Yes, sir. We
Thanks,
love
guys.
We love the show.
And we want to
Good.
see some of your
Yes,
future
we'd love
work.
to see some more of your work.
All right.
So,
Thanks for coming.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
thank
Very much.
you.
Up next, Della Hand is here, and she's going to be here to talk about the 20th Annual Newton County Fall Home Tour. Stay with us.